Hi everyone, Dr. Susan Hickman with the Mental Fitness Institute, and you are tuning into mFIT Parenting. Today's topic is that faults are okay. You know as a parent, you're not perfect. You never have been and you never will be. Our children are the same. The reason as parents we often get upset at our children, being imperfect is because it's inconvenient for us. When our children are choosing to fall in the floor and, raise a big ruckus, it's annoying. It's inconvenient for us. But to teach children that being imperfect is okay is one of the biggest favors you can ever do for them. I don't know how it came about that we get taught we should be perfect at everything. I mean, think about it. I think it starts in grade school where you should make straight A's. You should make A's in every subject. You should be perfect at math, perfect at chess, perfect at cleaning up your room, perfect at making your bed, perfect at cleaning your plate, right? And we get heavily censored as individuals growing up because we're not perfect. Well, if you take that to its logical conclusion, if we were all perfect at everything, we would all be exactly the same. And how boring would that be, right? And furthermore, it's not even possible because we each have strengths and weaknesses. So allowing your children to be imperfect and communicating with them that imperfection is acceptable, again, one of the best things you could ever do for them. I'll give you a personal example. My daughter, growing up, just an extremely intelligent child, just into everything, so involved and interested in life, in every aspect of life. And with that high intellect came a sense of disorganization. So literally when she would enter the house, it would be a trail of clothing and belongings. Well, as a young mother, that drove me crazy. So I was constantly on to her. Why do you have to be so messy? Why can't you pick up your clothes? You left your clothes out again. There's this, there's that. You've lost this again, right? Well, by the time she was in her 20s and I had grown up a bit and studied psychology and in my profession, it came to me and brought great sorrow that what I had laid into her is that it's not okay to be imperfect. And in the grand scheme of things, looking back, it didn't matter. Those things laying around didn't matter. Really? I mean, I injured her emotionally over things laying in the floor? I'm saying this because it's painful as a parent to look back and realize I made a big deal out of something. I had to watch her struggle through accepting the fact that she's not perfect, when that struggle didn't have to be there. And so I'm saying don't make that mistake. You can pick some characteristic or two of your child that is imperfect and don't insist that they be perfect at it. If their handwriting is terrible and they practice and do the best they can, talk about it, laugh about it, not at them, but with them. Like, yeah, I know, you have handwriting like your dad. Celebrate the fact that they're not perfect. But let's focus on your strengths. Now, what did you do well today? If only I had said, I'd really prefer you clean up the clothes, but tell me what you learned at school today. If you don't mind, get your things out of the living room. But what excited you today? So, it's not that we have to tolerate behavior that we don't necessarily want, but how we deal with it communicates a great deal as to what we think about them as an individual. So pick something that your children are not good at. If they hate walking the dog, walk with them. Laugh about it. I know you hate walking the dog. What's something you really do like? And refocus their attention. Otherwise, if we're trying to make them perfect, if we keep harping on them for them to be perfect, then what we're doing is orienting them to the things that they don't do well constantly. This rips apart their sense of self and their sense of self-esteem. But by accepting one another's imperfections and flaws and making them an emotional neutral, not, high emotion, but emotionally neutral about it, yeah, so you leave your stuff everywhere. But you have so many other strengths, right? Then you open the door for them to be able to correct those things later if they want to, because there's no intense negative emotion. And you teach them that who they are is more important than any particular behavior that they have. By the way, parents, this goes for you as well. Give yourself a break. You can't be perfect at everything. You really can't. And people who try never really master anything. So this applies to you as well as it does your children. Hope this helps. Take care.